Purpose of this video is to show you how to manage unit information for all programs. You can add, modify, or delete units as necessary. In addition, unit inspection information may be established for applicable tenants. You can access this option from one of two places, the first being under the applicant tenant file. And if you pull up your tenant, once you have their applicant tenant file, click on the unit file button, and then the associated unit information will be displayed. The second option is by going to the applicant menu and selecting unit file. When accessing a unit file through this option, you'll need to locate the unit with one of the following methods, first of which is by selecting your program and project, and then click on Get Units. And then this next screen will display a list of units for you. Here you will highlight the desired unit and then click on one of the buttons shown across the bottom of the screen. The other method for locating a unit is again under Applicant menu and the unit file. But then instead on this screen you're going to click on the Lookup button. Then from here you're going to select your program and projects. Oops. And then you also have the option in search text field to enter information that is either equal to or occurs in one of the following, either tenant last name, landlord mail to name, landlord pay to name, unit address, or unit apartment number. I'm going to search by, let's say, the street address 101. So show me any units that start with have 101 that occur in the unit address. Lastly, you can also choose just to show vacant units only by selecting this checkbox here. I'm not going to do that at this time though. So once you've entered in your search options, click your search button, and then you will see the list of units based on your search criteria. So here you're going to see all units that have 101 in the street address. Once you've found your unit, highlight it and click Select. And then the next screen will give you your list of units to choose from and proceed with one of the buttons across the bottom of the screen here. To add a new unit, you're going to again go to the applicant menu and unit file, and then select the program and project that you want to add the unit to. After selecting those, click the Add button, and then you're going to get a blank unit info screen for the new unit that will open. The next sequential unit number will be displayed and assigned as well. You do have the option to use a different unit number if you wish to do so. And then just note that this option isn't available if you're accessing the unit file from the applicant tenant file options. So the first thing that you're going to do is enter your unit address and bedroom size. And then what you do have the option of doing, instead of entering in the city and state, if you type in your zip code, it's automatically going to pop up with a list of cities that have that zip code that you have entered. So you can select that, and then it'll populate that zip code here in the field for you. Also note that if you're going to enter an apartment number in the street address section, make sure to use the format, for instance, 101 Folsom Street, and then the pound or number sign, and then the apartment number. Down here, you're going to see the unit status field. This is used to designate a unit with a particular status, and then for more information on this, please see the unit file, unit status video. And then after entering that, we need, or actually before entering a unit status, after entering in your street, city, state, zip, address, bedroom size, at that point we have to save. before you can make any changes to the region, unit status, contract rent, ceiling rent, flat rent, utility allowance, inspections, history, or images, you have to save. It won't let you make any changes to those before you save. Then afterwards, you're free to do so. Also note that the contract rent, ceiling rent, flat rent, and utility allowance, those are read-only information screens. Those items can be updated in the unit amounts menu. When looking up for a unit, the unit detail option down here, this is used to display your current unit information and also to edit information as necessary. However, it's not going to let you edit anything until you hit this edit button down here. If you do try to make a change, when you start to type, you'll see in the upper right hand corner that it says the control is read only. Also from this screen, you have these two navigation buttons from here, and on this prior screen, you had a list of units here. So when you go to a detail screen, by using these, it's going to navigate you through that list of units. And then once you get to the end of the list, you'll get this little pop-up saying you're at the end of the list, and then you also have one when you hit the beginning of the list. To delete a unit, select the unit and click delete. And then it's always going to prompt you, are you sure you want to delete this unit? However, in order to delete a unit, it must have a vacated status, and just note that this option isn't available if you're retrieving the unit from the applicant tenant file. Unless the unit is a vacated rental assistance unit, there are very few circumstances in which a unit should be deleted. If a unit has been converted to another program, then the unit should not be deleted. It should actually be listed twice in the unit file, once with a converted to status and once with a converted from status. If you're not sure, be sure to contact HDS support for assistance. The next button you'll see down here is Unit Notes. Unit Notes can be organized into categories, which you can actually customize to meet the specific needs of your housing authority. They can be added, deleted, edited, and sorted. It's just important to remember that notes accessed from the unit file aren't related to the notes associated with an applicant or a tenant. They're strictly specific to that unit. You do have the option of seeing these notes on the notepad report and then also the unit listing report. To see a list of any voided notes, you also have the option, and actually I'm going to bring up a different unit here that actually has some notes. There we are. But also if you have the option of seeing any notes that have been voided on this unit by clicking this checkbox here. You'll notice that it says in the void column yes, saying that it has been voided. You'll also see in the bottom right hand corner who voided the note and then the date and time that the note was voided. The history option, this is where you can display tenant history and also any work order history just by selecting which tab you'd like to see the information. To go back to the unit information screen, just click on the back button. The last button you see on this screen is the images button. You can use this option to link images into the unit file. And this can be an invaluable tool when used during a unit inspection process or to reference images of a unit taken prior to when a tenant has moved in, and then again also when the tenant has moved out. The first thing you do have to do though is upload the desired images from, whether it's a digital camera or iPad or whatever, to your computer, and then save them to the HDS Win Pictures folder, which was located on your server. At that point in time, then you can create any number of subfolders to organize your image files. But it's just a simple click add, and then just find your picture, select the picture, and click OK. And then you can give it a quick description and save. And then now as you click on each one and then click View, And it moved to the other screen, but it pops up your photo that you selected. So back on the unit detail screen, you'll notice that there's 3 tabs right across the middle of the screen here. First tab you'll see is the location tab. Here you have the option to designate the latitude and longitude of each unit. This can be used in like mapping software such as Microsoft MapPoint, and then also with GPS devices. It's not required, but if available, it is recommended that you enter it. You can also enter the region for a unit, and this is just an additional way to manage your units. Down here you have the option of entering any directions to the physical location of the unit, and then you'll see the county field here. That actually gets automatically populated based on your unit's zip code, so that will automatically pull there. Next, on the other tab, this is a tab where you have the option to enter an alternate unit number, the number of bathrooms, square footage, the year the building was built, a lease starting and ending date, and then if there's a parking space assigned to the unit, you can show that here as well. This income limit area, this is a drop down where you can designate the desired income level to be used for the unit, and your income limits, those can be managed under the income limits file. Over here, you have the option of marking the unit handicap accessible, and then also if it's an HASDA unit. Lastly, the other attributes field. This can be used to identify attributes specific to the unit. Please see the unit file other attributes video for more information on this feature. The last tab is the legal description tab, where there's a large space to enter in the unit's legal description if you desire to do so.